की जय, राधा रानी की जय, श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की जय। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। बरहापीडं नटवरवपु कर्णयो कर्णिकारं बिभ्रद्वासः कनककपिशं वैजयन्ती च माला रन्ध्रान् वेणु रद्धरसुधया पूरयन् गोपवृन्दै वृन्दारण्यं स्वपदरमणं प्राविशद्गीतकीर्ति। नमः कमलनाभाय नमः कमलमालिने नमः कमलपादाय नमस्ते कमलेक्षणे। यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तद्ग्रन्थदेवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। बोले सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय, श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की जय। दिव्यात्मा प्रिय भक्त समुदाय, महानुभाव, पहले सभी को राधे राधे और मेरा प्रणाम। Dearest devotees of the Supreme Lord, the Divine Souls, first let me say Radhe Radhe to each and everyone, and my pranam, my humblest prostrations to all of you. As customary, we'll chant the divine name of the Lord for a few minutes, do some Naam Sankirtan, और उसी के साथ जब हम भगवान का गुणगान करेंगे तो इसकी याद करो कि भगवान उसी नाम में बैठे हैं। उन्होंने अपना सारा शक्ति को भर दिया उस नाम में, तो इसको हृदय में विश्वास करो और भगवान का रूप ध्यान कीजिए। We're going to chant as customary the divine name of the Lord for a few minutes. While we are chanting, have the faith and belief in the heart to bring that belief that God is sitting in the name. He's taken all His powers and put in the name. There's no difference between the Lord and His name. Also, try to meditate on the Lord, His divine form, as we chant His divine glories. Bhajo रघुपति राघव राजा राम, आप सावधान हो जाइए। कल मैंने बताया कि 11,000 वर्ष में एक बार प्रभु श्री राम ने अयोध्या में सबको बुला के एक प्रवचन दिए, क्योंकि भगवान ने दिया प्रवचन इसलिए उसको राम गीता कहते हैं। प्रवचन देने से पहले भगवान ने बहुत कुछ कहा कि भैया जो मैं बोलने जा रहा हूं मेरे हृदय में आप लोग के लिए ममता के कारण नहीं बोल रहा हूं, नहीं अनीति ना प्रभुता से बोलने जा रहा हूं कि जो मैं कह रहा हूं आपको करना ही पड़ेगा, सुनो और जो अच्छा लगे वही करो। लेकिन एक बात याद करो कि जो मेरा सच्ची सेवक है, सच्चा सेवक है और जो हमारे प्रिय सबसे प्रिय होगा, जो हमारे अनुशासन मानेंगे और करेंगे। अगर मैं कुछ अनीति बोलते हैं, आप ऐसे सोचते हैं, तो धर्म छोड़ के भय छोड़ के हमें रोक दो। इसी तरह भगवान ने पहले समझाया। As I yesterday briefly, the Lord descended when he descended as Shri Ram in the age of Treta Yuga, the Supreme Lord. Shri Ram is the Supreme Lord. He descended in the age of Treta Yuga. And stayed in the world for 11,000 years. During that time, once he called everyone. एक बार रघुनाथ बुलाए, गुरु तुझ पुरवासी सब आए. He called everyone in Ayodhya and he gave a lecture. Because the Supreme Lord himself is given that lecture, so this part of the Ramayana, Uttarakhand of the Ramayana, is called Ram Gita. Shri Raam Gita. Bhagavan told many things in introducing what he's going to say. First he said to everyone, listen carefully, I'm not going to say anything to you because of attachment. There's no attachment in my heart. I want you to feel nicely. Then I will say certain things that will make you feel nicely. I'm not going to tell you anything which is against the law or because I am your king, I am your Lord. Listen to what I'm going to say, and if you like it, then do accordingly. I'm not going to command you. But keep one thing in mind. That person is a true servant of mine and very extremely dear to me, who accepts my instructions and follows them. Mama anushasan mane joy. Soi sevak priyatam mama soi, Mama anuशासन माने जोई. If I do say something wrong, if you think something I say is wrong, of course Bhagwan cannot say anything wrong, but he's saying. If you think I say anything wrong, then leave aside all fear and by all means stop me. Yahan tak hai. We came to this point, now we'll go forward. Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Bolo Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Bolo Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Bolo Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Oh, बड़े भाग्य मनुष्य तन पावा, सुर दुर्लभ सदग्रंथ गावा. राम सिया राम जय जय राम, राम सिया राम जय जय राम, राम सिया राम जय जय राम, राम सिया राम जय जय राम. राजा रामचंद्र की जय. बड़े भाग्य मानुष तन पावा, सुर दुर्लभ सदग्रंथ निगावा. ये सबसे पहले प्रवचन, पहले आज्ञा, पहले सूचना. भगवान कहते हैं ये मानव देह, उसमें जन्म मिलने तो बड़े भाग्य, सबसे भाग्य, बड़े भाग्य से मिलते हैं. एक ये है. दूसरे, इतना सौभाग्य, इतना महत्व इस मानव देह में कि देवता लोग, सूर्य का मतलब देवता, इंद्र, अग्नि, कुबेर, वायु, यह है देवता. ये लोग भी भगवान से प्रार्थना करते हैं इस मानव देह में जन्म मिलने के लिए, लेने के लिए, और नहीं मिल सकता. This is the first teachings of Bhagwan Shri Ram in his lecture. He says, it is the greatest fortune for the soul to acquire birth in the human form. 8.4 million forms of life, 84 lakh prakar ki yoni. And in that 8.4, it is the greatest fortune that the soul can acquire to get birth in the human form. So great and important is birth in the human form. He goes on to say that Devatas, Sur mean Devata, those who reside in heaven. There's a place called Swarg, heaven. And those who live there are called Devatas. Agni, the god of fire. Vayu, the god of wind. Kuber, the god of wealth. Indra, the god of rain, the king of heaven, etc. People pray to Devatas. They want to go to heaven. Bhagwan Shri Krishna says in Gita, Yanti devata devan pitte yanti pitte bata bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti madhyajinopima. Chapter 9 verse 25 Gita. जो देवताओं की भक्ति करते, पूजा करते, तो देवता स्वर्ग में जन्म लेने को मिलते हैं. जो पितरियों का पूजन करते हैं, श्राद्ध इत्यादि, तो पितृ बनने का सौभाग्य मिलते हैं। जो लोग प्रेत, भूत इत्यादि का पूजन करते हैं, और प्रेत भूत के योनि में पैदा हो जाएंगे। और जो भगवान की भक्ति करते हैं, भगवान की पूजा करते, तो भगवान के पास जाएंगे। Bhagavan says very clearly in Gita, chapter 9, verse 25, those who worship the celestial beings, gods, devatas, impossible in Kali. But the law is, if you can fulfill all the rules and regulation and worship them properly, then you will go to heaven, you will become devatas. If you worship the pitris, the ancestors, there's an abode that's called Pitrilok. You will go to the abode of Pitrilok. You'll become Pitris, ancestors. People, because of greed, they worship Bhoot and Pret, ghosts and spirits, goblins. They will be born as ghosts. They will come as ghosts and spirits. And those who worship Bhagavan, who love Bhagavan, they will go to Bhagavan. Very clear. So people want to go to heaven. They worship devatas. But those same devatas, they are praying and begging God for what? This thing we have. Human birth, human body. Durlabha manusham janma prathyate tirashairapi. Narad Puran. ना वो देवता लोग भगवान से प्रार्थना कर रहे हैं कि हे श्री कृष्ण, हमें मनुष्य जन्म में, मानव देह में जन्म दीजिए, स्वर्ग नहीं चाहिए, यहां कुछ है ही नहीं. The devatas, they are praying and begging to Shri Krishna, hey Shri Krishna, we are begging you, please give us birth in the human form. We don't want heaven, there's nothing here. तो आप सोचो कितना महत्व है ये मानव देह का. Think how important this human body is. The devatas are begging and praying to get birth in the human form. Later on we'll hear why. और सिर्फ वो नहीं, ये बहुत दुर्लभ है. मतलब कि कब मिलेगा किसी को पता नहीं. Not only that, it's extremely rare. How long, when we can get birth in the human form. It is very valuable, so valuable that devatas are begging and praying for birth in the human form, but it is also very difficult to attain. The Vedas say, इह चेत् दशकत् बोधुं प्राक् शरीरस्य विस्ससा तथा सर्गेषु लोकेषु शरीरत्वाय कल्पते. कठोपनिषद 2, 3, 4. कल्पों के बाद, सर्ग मतलब कल्प, एक सर्ग एक कल्प, और यहां सर्गेषु मतलब बहुवचन. कल्पों के बाद फिर मौका मिलते हैं इस मानव देह में जन्म मिलने के लिए. The Vedas, Kathopanishad, chapter 2nd canto, 3rd chapter, 4th verse is saying, so difficult it is to get birth in the human form after many kalp. The word sarg means a kalp, and the word sargeshu is plural. So after many kalp, we get a chance to get birth in the human form. How much is a kalp? Give you an idea. The age we are living in is called Kali Yuga. This present age. The length of Kali Yuga, how long does it last for? 432,000 years. Only about 5,000, little more than 5,000 has gone. Still 427,000 years to go in Kali Yuga. Twice Kali Yuga is equal to the age of Dwapar. 3 times Kali Yuga is equal to the age of Treta Yuga. And 4 times Kali Yuga is equal to the age of Satyug, the length of Satyug. These 4 combined is called one Chaturyug. 4,330,000 years. 332,000 years. One cycle of these 4 yugs. When this is multiplied by 71, 71 बार गुना करेंगे तो उसको एक मनवंतर कहते हैं. When it's multiplied by 71, this is called one manvantar, the age of one Manu. The lawgiver, Manu. There are many Manus. Swayambhu Manu, etc. The Manu of the age we live in, Vaivaswat Manu. So, one Manvantar, the age, how long Manu stays for, live for. 306,720,000 years. And in 12 hours of Brahma, which is called one Kalp, there are 14 Manus. 14 Manvantars. So multiply by 14, 4,292,080,000 years. 294 million, and 80,000 years. 4,294,080,000 years. 12 hours of Brahma, one kalp. And plural, many kalps. After many kalps, in the same Ramayana, in the same Ram Gita, Bhagavan Shri Ram goes on to say, Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Bolo
Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Bolo
Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Kabahut Kari Karuna Nar Dehi Det Ish Binu Hetu Sane Bolo Ram,
Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Kabahuk Kari Karuna Nar Dehi Det Ish Binu Hetu Sane. Bhagwan Shri Ram is saying to residents of Ayodhya, very rare. Durlabh hai. Very rare, there's a Supreme Lord, the Supreme Lord Shri Ram, Shri Krishna, who loves the individual soul without any self-interest. इनका कोई स्वार्थ नहीं है. Bestow upon us birth in the human form. कभी कृपा करेंगे तो मानव देह में जन्म देगा. इतना दुर्लभ, so difficult to get birth in this human form. दुर्लभ. लेकिन इस और भी है बातें, और सुनो. एक है आदि जगत गुरु शंकराचार्य. आपने नाम सुना होगा, आदि जगत गुरु शंकराचार्य. वो कह रहे हैं कि जो भी हम देखते हैं वो मिथ्या है, मन की कल्पना है, ये सत्य नहीं है. आप मैं देख रहा हूं आप लोग जहां बैठे हैं, ये हमारी कल्पना है, और जो आप लोग देख रहे हैं मुझे, ये भी आपका कल्पना है। इस शंकराचार्य की सिद्धांत है। लेकिन वो क्या कहते हैं? दुर्लभम त्रयमेव तद्दैवानुग्रह कारकम मनुष्यत्व मुमुक्षुत्व महापुरुष संभव। The very first Jagat Guru, there are 5 in history, 5 original. Mool Jagat Guru, original. What is the Mool Jagat Guru? When someone goes before a body of the greatest spiritual minds, scholars in India, and there's Shastrarth, debate on the scripture, and they are convinced that his knowledge is greater than all of them combined, they bestow the title Jagat Guru. That's Mool Jagat Guru, original. This only happened to 5 entities. First, Adi Jagat Guru Shankaracharya. After him, Jagat Guru Ramanujacharya. After him, Jagat Guru Nimbarkacharya. After him, Jagat Guru Madhavacharya. And finally, Jagat Guru Tam, Sri Kripalu Mahaprabhu, who many of us lovingly call Sri Maharaji, and we have accepted him as our Guru. The supreme amongst the 5. This is titled Jagat Guru Tam. So, there are many other Jagat Gurus you will hear in India, thousands. But they're not original. What happens normally when a Jagat Guru will leave the world, someone goes and sits on a seat and they start calling themselves Jagat Guru. There are many Jagat Guru Shankaracharya, even now in India. Many. Nobody made them Jagat Guru, they just made themselves. So original, Adi Jagat Guru Shankaracharya. His philosophy, one of his philosophy, Advait, non-dualism, कि जगत मिथ्या, the world is an imagination of our mind. I am imagining you, you are imagining me. This is all our imagination, according to him. Yet, he says, the 3 things are most difficult to attain. And that too only by the grace of Bhagavan, Daivanugraha. What are the 3, we can say the 3 greatest blessings we can get from God? Number 1, Manushyatva. Birth in the human form. ये सबसे बड़ा, भगवान के सबसे बड़ी कृपा है मानव देह में जन्म. Number 2, mumukshutva, a yearning and longing for God. Many don't have this. A lot of people go to mandir, masjid, church, temple, gurudwara, many people, place of worship. बहुत लोग जाते हैं, बहुत पूजा प्रार्थना सब कुछ करते हैं. They do all things spiritual. But there is no longing and yearning for God. They do that with the idea that if they go and they pray to Allah, they pray to Bhagwan, they pray to some form of God, they will get more things in the world. They'll acquire more things of the world. Because the decision there is still in the mind, I will find happiness in the world. Abhi tak ye agyanta. No one has been able to convince them that there is no happiness to be found in any person or object in the world. So this mumukshutva, ये भी बहुत बड़ा है. A longing, a yearning for God, to see God. No desire for the world. Number 2. Or number 3, Mahapurusha Sambhavaha. एक भगवत प्राप्त महापुरुष का संग, मिलन. To have the association of a true divine saint, bona fide saint, God realized soul. 18. और तीनों में सबसे बड़ा मानव देह में जन्म. And in the 3, the most important, birth in the human form, as we will only have a desire to know God and the association of a true saint after we get birth in the human form. एक कथा है भागवत महापुराण में 11वें अध्याय में 11वें स्कंद में 2वें अध्याय कथा है, बहुत सुंदर. It's a beautiful katha in Bhagavad Mahapuran, 11th canto, 2nd chapter. Naraji used to visit when Shri Krishna was living in Dwarika. Naraji used to visit, this is divine, his Lord, Ishtadev. So Naraji would visit from time to time. And Vasudeva also, the father of Shri Krishna, would also visit from time to time. So once, by coincidence, both happened to visit the same time. So Vasudev ji see Narad, that great saint Narad Muni, that great Rishi Muni, Narad Muni, fell at his feet, did pranam, and seeing that golden opportunity, Sant ka sang, ये बहुत दुर्लभ है, to have the association of a true divine saint, Mahapurush. See, this is a golden opportunity. Vasudeva asked Narad to relate some katha, some divine katha that he will benefit, it will help him to uplift spiritually. Vasudeva is not an ordinary human being, but he's showing us also what we are supposed to do when we meet such entities. नारद जी खुश होके बैठ गए और कहा, अब सुनो. I'm not going to go in great detail, this whole katha will take a long time. Anyhow, Narad ji had to relate the katha. The descension of Shri Krishna, Rishabdev is counted as one of the descension of Shri Krishna. उनको 100 पुत्र हुआ. He had 100 sons. उनमें सबसे बड़ा था Jar Bharat. The eldest of this 100 sons was Jar Bharat. Bharat was so great. Previously, this world was known as Ajanabhavarsh. Because of Bharat, it became known as Bharatvarsh. What we call India originally is not a little thing we see called India. The whole world was known as India. It got smaller, no, just a little bit. 81 पुत्र पुरोहित बन गए, यज्ञ इत्यादि कराने वाले थे. 81 sons became priests, performing yajna, etc. Now, पुत्र राजा बन गए. 9 sons became rulers of the world. और 9 पुत्र योगीश्वर थे. योगियों में ईश्वर, योगीश्वर. And 9 sons were God among yogis, Yogeshwar. Kabe Hari Rantariksha Pabuddha Pipalayana Avirhotrotra Drumilas Chamasa Karabhajana. Bhagavad Mahapuran 11 Canto 2nd chapter 21st verse. The name of the 9 Yogeshwars: Kavi, Hari, Antariksh, Prabudh, Pipalayan, Avirhotra, Drumil, Chamas, Karabhajan. 9. एक बहुत बड़े भक्त थे और राजा भी. There was a great saint, a great king. He was also a great devotee. And he was Paramhans. Just like the father of Sita, Mother Sita, was Paramhans, topmost among Paramhans, and is known as Videha. Videha means one who has no feeling of the body. Sharir se pare, Paramhans. So this king was also Videha Nimi. Once Videha Nimi was performing a yajna. So these 9 Yogeshwars decided to bless Nimi, Videha Nimi, by attending that yajna. वो अचानक वहां प्रकट हो गई. They could go wherever they want. Just like the 4 mind-born sons of Brahma. Brahma has 4 mind-born, many mind-born sons. But these 4 are very famous. Sanak, Sananda, Sanatan, Sanak, Kumar. They always remain 5 years old, naked, and go wherever they want. No one stops them. They don't need a chariot, a spaceship or something. बस सोचना उस लोक में जाना, इस दिव्य बोध वहां जाना और पहुंच जाते हैं. They don't need any special chariot or anything. They just have to think, I want to go to this abode, this planet, and they will reach there immediately. This 9 Yogeshwars was similar. Wherever they wanted to go, they have to just make a sankalp, resolve, I want to go there, and they would reach immediately. Wahan pahunch gaye. They appeared suddenly in this yagna. Videha Nimi saw these 9 Yogeshwars. He was a great devotee. He saw a light emanating from them. वो जान गया कि वो दिव्य है. Immediately he recognized they were divine saints. He left that yagna and started running towards them. The rishis and munis were the priests performing the yagna. They also got up and started running. Agnidev, जिनमें आहुति दे रहे थे, वो भी प्रकट हो गए. The god of fire, Agni, in whom they were putting the oblations, he also personified in his true form and went. Given a wonderful seat to the 9 Yogeshwars. Worshipped them in the highest way. Then Videha Nimi questioned. It's a very beautiful part of Bhagavad Mahapuran. Many wonderful questions were asked. And each one of that Yogeshwar in turn gave answers. The first thing, Videha Nimi put his hands together and started to pray. दुर्लभो मानुषो देहो देहिनाम क्षणभंगुरः तत्रापि दुर्लभम मन्ये वैकुंठ प्रिय दर्शनम. Bhagavad Mahapuran 11 Canto 2nd chapter 29 verse. Vidya and he put his hands together. O topmost greatest among saints, Guru. First of all, ये जो मानव देह ये बड़े दुर्लभ है. This human birth in this human form is the rarest and most difficult to attain. दुर्लभो मानुषो देहो और देही नाम क्षण भंगुर. और ये क्षण भंगुर है. किस क्षण में खो जाएंगे किसी को पता नहीं. First, he said, it's extremely difficult, rare to get birth in the human form. Secondly, at which moment we can lose it, no one knows. It is kshana bhangur. That's why we should not procrastinate. Udhar nahi karna. I accept what Guru is saying. I have to do bhakti, devotion, I have to do sadhana. लेकिन अभी बहुत बिजी हूँ. आई एम सो बिजी राइट नाउ. आई डू नेक्स्ट वीक, नेक्स्ट ईयर, नेक्स्ट मंथ. एंड वी डोंट इवन नो वी लिव सी नेक्स्ट मोमेंट. लेकिन प्लानिंग कर रहे हैं. वी प्लान एंड वी डोंट नो दैट वी लिव टू सी टुमारो इवन. सो देहिनाम क्षण भंगुरः. एंड इवन मोर डिफिकल्ट to have the association of a true saint, the true Guru, by Kunta Priya Darshanam, to have the vision, to be in the company, association of a true saint. I have 9 sitting in front of me. So, there's much more, but just want to mention how difficult they are saying also. Itna durlabh. आगे भगवान श्री राम कहते हैं. सुनो. Let's see what more Shri Ram say. राम सिया राम जय जय राम.
सिया राम जय जय राम.
बोलो राम सिया राम जय जय राम. बोलो
राम सिया राम जय जय राम.
नरतन भाव बारी भी कहूँ मेरो सनमुख मरुत अनुग्रह मेरो.
राम सिया राम जय जय राम. राम सिया राम जय जय राम.
सदगुरु राम सिया राम जय जय राम.
राम सिया राम जय जय राम.
कर्णधार सदगुरु दृढ़ नावा दुर्लभ साध सुलभ करी पावा.
राम सिया राम जय जय राम. राम सिया राम जय जय राम.
राम सिया राम जय जय राम.
राम सिया राम जय जय राम.
बोले सियावर रामचंद्र की जय. देखो ये जो संसार है इसको बारिधि, भव बारिधि कहते हैं. भव सागर कई नाम है. तो एक सागर को पार करना नाव की जरूरत है। नाव और 84 लाख प्रकार के नाव है। तो भगवान ने कहा सबसे श्रेष्ठ नाव मैंने आप लोग को दिया, ये नर तन। और उस सागर में चलने के लिए मैंने भी अपना अनुग्रह वायु दिया कि वो नाव ठीक से चलेगा। और वो नाव अपने आप नहीं जा सकती, वो कहां जाना, किस दिशा में जाना। अगर गलत दिशा देने वाला तो गलत दिशा में जाएंगे, नष्ट हो जाएगा पूरा नाव, जो नाव में बैठने वाला। तो एक नवीन नाविक होना चाहिए, सिद्ध, जो दिशा जानने वाला, वो नाव को वहां कैसे पहुंचा दे सकते लक्ष्य पर। The word Bhavasagar, here Bhavaridhi, Varidhi, Sagar, these are many words that mean ocean in English, an ocean. So Bhavasagar, Bhavaridhi, many words like this you will find. This world is called an ocean of suffering, mundane existence, Maya. To cross an ocean, we need a boat, a ship. There are 8.4 million types, 84 lakh. Bhagavan says, I have given you the most competent boat, vessel to cross this ocean of Maya. Very dangerous ocean. I've also given the favorable wind of my grace, that the boat will run smoothly in the ocean. But this ocean is very dangerous. If you don't know the person is rowing that boat or taking the boat and goes in the wrong direction instead of reaching where it's supposed to go, it can be completely destroyed. There are huge whirlpools in this ocean, huge waves, huge fishes that will swallow that boat and the one sitting in the boat. So you need a good boatman, an expert boatman, who knows how to drive that boat, how to take it, and where's the correct direction. I've given you that also in the form of the Satguru, the true saint, the true Guru. You did it. यही बात श्री कृष्ण ने उद्धव से कहा भागवत में, निदेहम आद्यम सुलभम सुदुर्लभम प्लवम सुकल्पम गुरु कर्णधारम मयानुकूलेन नभस्वतेरितम पुमान भवाब्धिम न तरेत्स आत्मा. Shri Krishna is saying the same thing to Uddhav, exact words. In Uddhav Gita, I told you there was 3 Gita. Bhagavad Gita from Mahabharata, that we all know 700 shloks. This Ram Gita I am doing, and Uddhav Gita, 11 canto of Bhagavad Mahapurana. Uddhav is asking question, Shri Krishna is giving answer. But here Shri Krishna is saying the exact same words. Exactly what Bhagavan Shri Ram is saying to the residents of Ayodhya. And one more thing he said. Play. जो न करे भवसागर नर समाज अस पाई हो रामा नर समाज अस पाई सो कृत निंदक मंदमती आत्महन गति जाय हो रामा आत्महन गति जाय सियावर रामचंद्र कर गए शरणम शंकर हरिओम जय जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम। जो न तरे भव सागर नर समाज अस पाई सो कित निंदक मंदमती आत्महन गति जाए। ये मानव देव कुपाकर जो देव दुर्लभ है, देवता लोग ये प्रार्थना करते हैं भगवान को इसको मिलने के लिए, और हम इसको मिलकर प्रयत्न नहीं करते इस भव सागर को पार करने के लिए, तो वो व्यक्ति महामूर्ख है, मंदमती और आत्महत्या करने वाला है। ये श्री कृष्ण ने कहा उद्धव से, और यहां श्री राम कह रहे अयोध्या वासियों को, having acquired this wonderful human birth, Shri Ram, the Lord, is saying, the devatas are begging and praying for and can't get it. So valuable is human birth, and we make no attempt to cross the ocean of Maya. All we do is enjoy the senses, as we have been doing from beginningless time. Having a good time in the world, enjoying the senses. Shri Krishna, Shri Ram is saying that person is extremely foolish, dull-witted, mandamati, and he is a murderer of his own self. Destroyed. क्योंकि हमने कुछ इस्तेमाल नहीं किया इस सुनहरे मौके को. We didn't make the right use of this golden opportunity. Imagine devatas are praying and begging. We have this. We don't understand the value. इसलिए एक और कथा है रामायण में, सप्त प्रश्न, बहुत प्रसिद्ध है कथा. गुरु जी महाराज ने काकभुसुंड जी से 7 प्रश्न पूछे. बहुत प्रसिद्ध कथा है. उसमें सबसे पहले प्रश्न और सबसे महत्वपूर्ण प्रश्न था, ये था, राम सिया राम जय जय राम बोलो राम
सिया राम जय जय राम.
राम सिया राम जय जय राम बोलो
राम सिया राम जय जय राम.
प्रथम ही कहा नाथ पति धीरा, सबसे दुर्लभ पवन शरीरा.
राम सिया राम जय जय राम. राम सिया राम जय जय राम.
Another very famous katha in the Ramayana, very famous. Sapt Prashna, 7 questions. Kagbhusund ji, that great devotee Kagbhusund ji, that even Lord Shiv sat down and listened to Kagbhusund ji related the Ramayana in the Manas Sarovar, when he was suffering separation from Sati, when she burnt herself in the fire. So Shiv Bhagwan went to the Manas Sarovar and sat down and listened to the Ramayana, the same Ramayana related by Kag Basundaji. Kag Basundaji was asked 7 important questions. By Guruji Maharaj. And the first and most important question, he said, Prathamahi kahu nath mati dhira sabte durlabh kavan sarira. इतना महत्वपूर्ण प्रश्न है, क्योंकि अगर हम जानते हैं इस मानव देह की महत्व, तो हम गलत दिशा में नहीं जाएंगे. You see, it's so important this question, because if we understand the value of birth, this human thing, this thing we call human body, we will not go in the wrong way. The Guruji says, first of all, my strong-minded master Guruji, tell me, in the 8.4 million forms of life, what is the rarest and most difficult to attain? Sabate durlabh kavan sarira. If someone finds some, let's suppose someone is walking on the road and they find a ring, angutha. But they do not know the difference between glass and diamond. So they take the ring and they ask someone, what do you think is the value? Iska mool kya hai? And someone says, $5. Nakli hai, fake. It is glass. Kaach. So you don't give much attention. You put it anywhere, leave it. Doesn't matter if you lose it. Who cares about $5 fake ring? One day, an expert jeweler happens to come to your home and sees this ring lying here and says, Bhaiya, where did you get that ring? I just found it walking on the road, man. One day I was taking a walk early in the morning, I like going for a walk, and I saw this thing shining and I picked it up. Ooh. Do you know the value of the ring? Yeah, my friend told me $5 fake glass. The jeweler picks up that ring and looks at it. He looks a little more carefully. He goes by the window in the light. He has an instrument in the pocket. He takes it out and he looks. And the guy is looking. Why is he looking so much at this ring? It's a fake thing. Glass. The jeweler looks again to you, looks at you and says, do you understand the value of this ring? Man, I just told you $5. Again and again you ask me the same thing. Hey man, this thing is worth $10,000. This is a $10,000 diamond ring. Woo! $10,000 diamond ring. You run and you grab that ring from that person's hand. And either you push it in the finger or you put it in the safe and lock it. Because now it's a thing of value. आप पहले इसकी परवाह नहीं करते थे. Before you didn't care. But now realizing the value of this ring, your love and attachment has grown so many times. क्योंकि इसका मूल समझ में आ गया. Because we understand the value. This is why it's so important to understand the value of this thing called human birth, human body. Why? ये देवता भी इनके भगवान से प्रार्थना करते हैं इसके लिए. That even devatas are praying and begging God for this thing, this dirty thing. Ganda. Kshiti jal pavak gagana samira panch rachit yaha adham sarira. Dirty. Ganda. There are 8.4 million forms of life, and the dirtiest one is human body. There are 9 holes, now chhed hai. And from all, nothing but dirtiness comes. Most other creatures, when they die, you can make use of the body. Human body, there you denote the organs and all that, but normally there's not much use you can make. Get rid of it quickly. Jalao. Burn it. Bury it quickly. And nowadays with COVID, so dirty yet so valuable. The devatas are begging and praying. So Karpasundaji answered and said, Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Bolo Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Bolo Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Bolo Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Nartan Samanahi Pavani Hudehi Jeev Charachar Jachat De Bolo Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. It's not the Ram Gita, but it's also from Ramayana. It's mentioned, is also a famous katha. Karpasundaji answered Guruji and said, Naratanu samanahi kavani hudehi jeev charachar jachat jehi. ये नर तन के समान और कोई शरीर नहीं है. इसके समान और कोई शरीर नहीं है कि चर आचर भी इस मानव ये नर तन को चाहते हैं. देवता लोग. Karpasundaji answered Guruji and said, there is no form equal to the human form. It is so valuable. Char achat, animate as well as inanimate beings, all desire and birth in the human form. As I mentioned before, Bhagwan Shri Ram is saying, Sura Durlabh Saragantha Nigava. Devatas are begging and praying. They cannot get it. इसमें एक विशेषता है. एक विशेषता है. एक और दोहा चौपाई. राम सिया राम जय जय राम. बोलो राम सिया राम जय जय राम. बोलो राम सिया राम जय जय राम. बोलो राम सिया राम जय जय राम. साधन धाम मोक्ष कर द्वारा पाई न देहि परलोक सवारा. बोलो राम सिया राम जय राम. राम सिया राम जय राम. हाँ, भगवान श्री राम. He gives a big hint here. बहुत बड़े हिंट दिया कि साधन धाम मोक्ष कर द्वारा. इसमें हम साधना कर सकते, जिससे हम हमारे परम लक्ष्य को प्राप्त कर सकते। सिर्फ मानव देह में ही कर सकते, और कोई देह में नहीं। और ये मोक्ष का द्वार है, मतलब ये माया से मुक्त हो जा सकते हैं, और कोई देह में नहीं। So Bhagwan Shri Ram is given a very big hint here. Why? Even devatas are praying for birth in the human form. So first he says, Sadhan Dham. We'll go in more detail later on. But just to complete today's lecture, he says, Sadhan Dham. This is the abode of all sadhana. Practical, spiritual practices, sir. No other form can do bhakti, can do sadhana. Only in the human body. This is why devatas are also begging and praying. And it's a doorway to become free from Maya. To become liberated, to become free from Maya forever. Only in this human form. And that's why it's so valuable. So one is extremely valuable, because only in the human body we can do bhakti, we can do sadhana, we can practice, we can do spiritual practices which will uplift us spiritually. And we can become free from Maya. No other form of life. Devatas also cannot do sadhana. They are bhog yoni. Besides human birth, every other form of life is a bhog yoni. Bhog yoni means they are only enjoying the fruits of their past action. When we perform certain type of actions, dharma, etc., we acquire something called punya, spiritual merits. As I said, impossible in Kali. In other ages we are able to do. There are so many rules and regulations, impossible. Dharma sampadhyate shadbhi dharmastu viparyayah. Bhagavad Mahapuran says there are 6 conditions to fulfill in performing dharma, and all impossible in Kali. And if one can do it, you acquire something called punya, spiritual merits, which will determine which heaven you will go to and for how long. You only go to enjoy, that's all. Bhog ke liye jate, bhog, that's all. Wahan jaake kya hote hai? When we go there, what's going to happen? Shri Krishna tells us in the Gita, Tetam bhuktva swargalokam vishalam kshine punye martyalokam vishanti evam taridham anupapadna gata gatam kam kamala bande. Chapter 9 verse 21 Gita. धर्म इत्यादि करेंगे और युगों में, इस युग में तो वैसे असंभव सा है, लेकिन अगर कोई कर सकते तो पुण्य मिलते हैं, और पुण्य मिलते तो हम स्वर्ग जाएंगे, इसका भोग करेंगे स्वर्ग का। लेकिन अगर जब हम शुरू करेंगे भोग, स्वर्ग का भोग, तो जैसे हम इसका वो इस्तेमाल करेंगे तो वो जो पुण्य हमने किया वो क्षीण हो जाएंगे, धीरे धीरे खत्म हो जाएंगे। भगवान श्री कृष्ण is saying to Arjuna in Gita chapter 9 verse 21, when we perform dharma etc., varnashram dharma, yajna etc., we acquire, and as I said, impossible in Kali, but even if we could do it, fulfill all the conditions, we acquire something called punya, spiritual merits, which will determine which heaven we will go to and for how long. And Shri Krishna tells us in the Gita, once we go to heaven and we start enjoying the pleasures there, what happens? Kshine punya. That punya starts destroying as you enjoy. And one day it's going to finish. And then we'll be kicked out. We'll hear about that in more detail later on. Bhagavan Shri Ram warns us in the same Ram Gita. He warns us about this thing called heaven. And that we should not want to go there. He warns us. We'll hear later on. So there's something to enjoy. So devatas also cannot do sadhana. They cannot do any kind of spiritual. If they do, they can sing bhajan, they can glorify, it has no fruits. वो कुछ मिलेगा नहीं. Only in this human body. That's why it's so valuable. So we will continue to hear more of this Ram Gita tomorrow. बोले सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, लाडली लाल की जय, श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की जय. जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे. We'll do Shri Ram's Aarti. Let's first stand. Shri Ram, बोल राजा रामचंद्र की जय. श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भजो, हरन भव भय दारुणं, नवकंज लोचन अंज मुखकर, अंज भव कंजारुणं. श्री राम, श्री राम, श्री राम, श्री राम. कंदर्प अपहित अमित छवित, नील नीरज सुंदरम, वटपीत मानव तड़ित रुचि शुचि, गौरी जनक सुतावरम. वटपीत मानव तड़ित रुचि शुचि, गौरी जनक सुतावरम. श्री राम, श्री राम, श्री राम, श्री राम. भजु दीन बंधु दिनेश दानव, दैत्य वंश निकंदनम. भजु दीन बंधु दिनेश दानव, दैत्य वंश निकंदनम. रघुनंद आनंद कंद कौशल, चंद दशरथ नंदनम. रघुनंद आनंद कंद कौशल, चंद दशरथ नंदनम. श्री राम, श्री राम, श्री राम, श्री राम. सिर मुकुट कुंडल तिलक चारु, उदार अंग विभूषणम. सिर मुकुट कुंडल तिलक चारु, उदार अंग विभूषणम. आजानु भुज शर छाप धर, संग्रामजित हर दूषणम. आजानु भुज शर छाप धर, संग्रामजित हर दूषणम. श्री राम, श्री राम, श्री राम.
भगति तुलसी दास शंकर शेष मुनि मन रंजनम भगति तुलसी दास शंकर शेष मुनि मन रंजनम मम हृदय खंज निवास करो कामादि कलरल मंजनम मम हृदय खंज निवास करो कामादि कलरल मंजनम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भय दारुणम नव कंज लोचन कंज मुख कर कंज फल कंजारुणम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम।
बोले सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय, राधा रानी की जय, श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की जय, श्री कृपालु धाम की जय। जय जय